we'll gather around, feel the love come down. Blue elephant is strong. Together.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So we have got some new inlays today that we are going to be using, and these are also going to be available in my eBay store today. I am super excited about it. Now, instead of doing resin, I want to show you how to do it with eco pores if you've never done it before. So we are using some eco casting powder. We're going to use this really cute tray. I figure it can be like a candle holder tray, and then we're going to use these inlays and we're going to swirl some blue in there and make it look like outside a stormy winter's day, right? That's what we're going to do. So first things first, what I'm doing is I am laying these inlays down. Now, they are embossed, so I want to make sure that the flat side is going up against the mold and the embossed part is going to be where our eco powder is going to touch, so that we get all of the fine details in them once everything is cured, right? Lay it down. You want to make sure that your mold's clean, your inlays are clean, all of that good stuff. I'm just trying to figure out exactly where I want it. Lay them down, and then we are going to mix up our eco casting powder. Now, I am using it just in its natural state. I'm using it as white, and then we're just going to swirl two different colors of, or shades of blue in it, just to kind of give us a little bit of variation, hopefully, in the blue, and go with it from there, right? Now, the one thing, and to be honest, I've never done this before, but you do want to be careful when you are doing your shaking, patting, and all of that good stuff, because you don't want the inlays to come up and away from that silicone. So when you do that part, you do want to make sure that you're doing it carefully, doing it enough that you can get those bubbles up, but you don't want to be super aggressive about it, right? Just adding in a couple drops of my pigment paste, not too much, a little swirl there, and now it is time to pour. Now I am going around the edges of it first, and then we're going to go and just fill it up in the middle, and then I'm just going to tap around the edge of the mold, and that is hopefully we'll just get any bubbles that have kind of clung around those 90-degree edges of our mold and loosen those up. Other than that, I am not touching it. I'm not moving it. This is about 45 minutes later. Now, typically I wait for it to be fully cooled down and all of the things before I demold it. However, I am doing it on the earlier side. Like, it's not hot, don't get me wrong, but it's also not like totally cool either. So I flipped it over, and I'm just very ever so carefully taking it out of its mold. Now, I did prop it up on here. That is just to continue to let it get rid of all of that water and moisture content in it while I remove my inlays, which you can see I do without any problem. Now, there are right around the edges on these, it did kind of go under just a hair, but nothing that can't be sorted out with taking a craft knife, just going along those edges and cleaning that up a little bit. Nothing too crazy whatsoever. Now, the squirrel and the bells are for sure going to be in my store. The snowman, I really want to put in there. However, I'm a little worried about the scarf aspect on him, that little piece that hangs off. I don't want to have any issues with people having problems with it coming apart, because it is very thin, like an inlay is supposed to be, right? But that section, I'm worried that because of the way the embossment is on them, that if it doesn't lay flat, or if it goes under the silicone, that it's going to come apart. So I haven't yet decided if I'm going to include that in my store yet or not. If you guys want to see it in there, let me know in the comments below, and maybe I'll put it in there. I'm not sure at this point. But the squirrel and the bell, for 100% sure, are in there. Okay, so now I'm just taking my craft knife and, like I said, just cleaning up the edges. After I'm done cleaning it up, I'm just going to get away. I'm going to get all of the dust and just the debris off of this before we move on to the next step, which is going to be to fill these areas. Now, I want this to remain just strictly eco resin. I don't want any actual resin on it at all. I want to be able to have a candle placed on here, even if it's just a pillar candle or whatever, and I don't have to worry about the heat aspect of it. You know what I mean? But what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and do our glitter gloss varnish mixture that I've done in the last few videos, and we are going to highlight all of this embossed area and fill it in with a combination of different glitters and gloss varnish. Now, at this point, some of these are my own custom glitters, some are not. Either way, I will have everything listed in the description box for you below. If you are interested in the inlays, there was the QR code to my eBay store. It's also listed in the description box below that you can go under there. They are listed under the silicone molds if you're interested in them. All right, so at this point, while I go through this, I'm just going to bounce off, and then I will be back when we are ready for the next step.
Scarf-clad star in a frosted world. The frost on the window whispers so clear. Silver bells are ringing, pulling us near. Each note like a snowflake, it melts in the air. Oh, silver bells, oh, silver light, dancing softly through the night. You sing the song of winter's glow. Silver bells, I hear you so. The trees where there's sparkle, the streets where they cheer. A melody lingers, it twinkles right here. The cold bites my fingers, but your warmth feels near. In every chime there's a story told, a gift of joy in the winter's cold. Oh, silver bells, oh,
Okay, I'm back. Now, if you are going to do something like this and say you want the white for the snowman to be a little bit whiter, you could 100% go and paint it white underneath with acrylic paint and then do your glitter on top of it, and then that's going to give you that more like bolder white. You could also, if you want, go, I would do it before you do the glitters, but you could go over top of all of the lines, like all the detail lines, and color those to make it more standoutish. Do you know what I mean? Like with black or gold or whatever color it is for whatever you're doing, just to kind of make it stand out a little bit more. Hindsight, I probably, if I were to do this again, I think that's what I would do, is to just take a marker or a paint pen or something like that and just go over those lines first and then go in there with my glitter. I thought about it about halfway through, but at that point I didn't want to start doing it and then accidentally slip up and touch the glitter with it and mess it up. So yeah, it is what it is. So this is now the next day. So this is 24 hours after everything has been said and done. The gloss varnish, 100% dry. This is the actual eco resin itself is all dried out. And now I am just taking some of Buon Nicole's wax sealer and I'm just going over it 2 different times. I'm going over it, wiping it off, going over it again, wiping it off, and sealing it up all nice and pretty like, and all of that good stuff. And then that is really it. Now, if you wanted to, you could 100% fill those voids in with resin. You could do UV resin if it's, I would be careful with it since you can't cure it from both sides, but you could if it was very, very, very transparent and you're doing very, very thin layers. I probably wouldn't, but it's possible. I would use, if I was going to fill it up with resin, I personally would use regular 2-part resin with it and then just, you know, take a pipette or whatever and fill up those voids, and then you could do that however you want. Anyway, that is a wrap on this one, guys. Like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff, and I will see you on Thursday in the next one. Love ya. Bye.
Blue elephant is strong. Together we belong. In every comment bright, you lift me to new heights. Your support, it's clear, gives me reason to cheer. Blue elephant crew, this one's all for you. You make dreams come true with everything you do. Each subscriber's heart playing a vital part. Videos we share, showing how much we care. Likes and shares, they grow. You make the channel